it is Crystal with Pineapple Papers, and I am up today with Scrappin' Ink Crafts Design Team Project. And I don't normally do an intro per se, but I got a lot going on, and so instead of speeding it up and doing the voiceover, I figured I would kind of go through what I've started to do. So I have these 3 pictures of my son and my daughter and I in the teacup ride at Disneyland. So I have 3 of those. And as you can see, this one is kind of bluish, this one is kind of pinkish, that one's kind of whitish. So I knew I wanted to use all the teacups. Well, I have the 3 teacup patches that we have in the shop. So this is teacup blue, teacup pink, teacup yellow. And I was like, they're like perfect colors, right? So I really wanted to do something with those. So I'm not really sure how that's going to pan out with the photos yet. But then I have this cutting die, which I am in love with. This one is called Tea Time. Isn't it so cool? So what I did was I cut it all out in black, and then I took kind of that same idea with the blue and the yellow and the pink, and this is actually the other side of this. I figured it worked, and I just trimmed those ones out. So I just put them over the dies like this, and then just trimmed off the extra. Did the key and the clock in gold. So here's my little gold piece. So I did that ahead of time. Also, from the stitch tag die, which you actually get 2 dies. So you get the actual tag, and then you get kind of a ticket, which I know would be perfect to put in the center and do journaling. But I took those same 3 pattern papers and cut them out. So I'm not sure what I'm going to do with them, but I have an idea. And then I went ahead and cut the actual tag out in that gold glitter that I used here. And super fun, the Mickey head is in gold glitter too. So that's just hanging out. I don't know if you can see that. Yeah. Up there. So that will make it on the page. And then I took this stamp set, which is the Fantasyland stamp set, and it has a cup and then an inside. I love layered stamps. So I'm not much of a stamper. I'm pretty bad at it. So I did go ahead and do this off screen. So what I did was I just took the stamp in black ink, and I use this one, my Favorite Things hybrid ink stamp. I've had it for a long time and it still works pretty good. And I just have this little Martha Stewart stamping block. So I'm not very good. I think I might have to invest in a Misty, because I just don't seem to, like, a couple of them I did really good with getting the right pressure and everything, but I don't seem to be the greatest at that. So I think a Misty is in my future. My birthday is coming up next month, so that might be what I'm going to ask for. And then in that same blue, yellow, and pink theme, I went ahead and grabbed Distress ink in Kitsch Flamingo, Scattered Straw, and Broken China. And then I used the outline and just stamped a couple of those colors periodically. I'm going to leave some of them black and white for now. As we start the process, I may change my mind, so we'll see. But that is kind of what I've done ahead of time, and I'm going to put you on fast forward and we're going to finish this page. Okay, now that we are all sped up, I am going to start with my photos. So I have 3 photos of me and my kids in the teacup ride because my husband does not do spinny rides and there is no throwing up at Disney. Like, that's not allowed. So, lucky enough for us, because he wasn't on the ride, he took our pictures. And he took several, not just one, several, which is super nice. And he sent them to me. And I was like, these are so close to the colors of the teacup patches. I was super excited. Super excited. So the one's not super yellow, but it's definitely lighter. So I didn't like all of that pictures and teacups on the white background. I just wasn't really feeling how that was looking. So I decided to take this blue and white stripe, and it is from a collection from, I think it's Echo Park, and it is a Alice in Wonderland collection. And so you can see the back side of the paper has Alice, and it has the Queen of Hearts, and it has, I think it has the rabbit, and it definitely has some of the card soldiers. So I put that on that side, and I went ahead and tore it. Now, looking at it, you actually think that that stamped background that I made could continue underneath that striped paper, but it doesn't. So it is an absolute great illusion. So now I really wanted to stack my photos in my teacups and stack them on each other, but my photos are a little too big. And so because of that, I needed to, so you can see the cups there that I'm looking at. You can see that it's just too big. But I am going to go with that kind of idea of the pictures in the teacups, and the teacups are partially stacked. So you're going to see me play around with my acrylics as well as my padded appliques and just kind of play around with them. So I kind of get an idea, but I'm going to change that idea. So my title is going to be this die cut, and I'm going to put a couple of these tags on either side. That way the gold pieces, the watch, and the key actually stand out instead of getting lost on that gold stitch tag. And I love that title. That title works perfectly. So I'm going to commit to these pictures, and I'm going to commit to where these teacups go. These patches are just amazing. They're so soft. I need to think, maybe I need to make like a tea bag so that when I travel, I could actually put my tea in that. Wouldn't that be so cute with those patches? I might need to order those again. So now that I have all of those stuck down, so now it's a little bit more like the picture is pouring out of the teacup. And then I have padded appliques in matching colors. So I'm going to put those on the right hand side as well. And then I pulled a couple of acrylics. I wasn't sure which ones I was going to use, but I love the hat. And then, of course, I had to get the one with them in the teacup, because there are 3 in the teacup and there are 3 of us in our teacup. So I felt like my background needed a little stamping to come on to the striped paper. So I'm going to go ahead and grab a couple of the stamp sets. So this one is the Best Day stamp set, and I think I used the
the Fantasyland stamp set. I'm not sure if I used another one. We'll see. And so I just decided to go ahead and stamp a couple of words in the white spaces, as well as this one that is a date stamp, which is super helpful. Like, that's awesome. And then I loved this arrow, so I went ahead and stamped that in several spots all the way down. So that just adds a little bit more. And like I said, a lot of those are from the Best Day stamp. So I'm going to go ahead and glue everything down. I do have my acrylic block kind of hanging out on my title there. I really want it to adhere well. And I think, no, that's not going to do it. That's not enough. I need more. So I'm going to glue what I have down, and then I am going to reach into my stash, and I think that I put sparkle gems on everything. So of course I had to get matching colors, blue, pink, and yellow. I was just checking out the blue color. And then I also wanted to bring in some of the minis, the mini wooden, oh yeah, I forgot I needed another pink one. I went with the darker pink to cover up kind of that hole in that tag. But then I'm gonna bring in these mini wood mouse heads, and I'm going to put 3 of the minis in, and then I'm going to grab one of the little bit bigger size, and I'm going to put it over there to the left hand side. That way I get a little wood veneer onto that side of the page as well. And I love how this turned out. I just think this is amazing. I really wanted the stacked cups, but that is going to have to come in a different layout. So I went ahead and took pictures of all 3 of the patch clusters because I am in love with them. And then my stamping, which is not too bad if I say so myself. So I've got the teacups and the words. And then I just needed to show you one last time that amazing title die cut there. And of course the cute acrylics, because I am in love with acrylics. And there is the final layout. So use my code CrystalB15 to save 15%. And remember to wear your crown. We'll see you next time. Bye.